Hello guys. So now we got COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Well, it looks like YouTube pretty much done throwing everybody under the bus on that one. They got, fined $100 some odd million. And they're pretty much trying to just basically wipe their hands clean of the whole situation and, well, just leave everything up to you guys, including me. They just basically don't want to deal with it, basically what it is. They don't want to fight for you. They don't want to say no. They just don't want to just get involved in it, you know. They got beat down, so they tucked their tail and ran, basically. So everybody else is going to be at the mercy of the deal. And I know there's some people on here who are saying, they want to delete their channel. And I know there's people on here saying, that, don't do that, make stuff private, whatever the case is. And there's people on here who are social media lawyers who just can't seem to figure out, what's going on with this either, because the way it's worded. It's just so, I guess you could say, vague or whatever. So it is kind of a frustrating thing. There's no doubt about it. And it also looks like people who are monetized, who go ahead and say that their stuff is kid-friendly, are going to end up losing out on a lot of revenue because of doing that. And at the same time, if you don't say it's kid-friendly, and it is, well, then you get fined. Or if you say it is and it ain't, then you get fined. So it's really kind of a lose-lose situation, or basically what it's boiling down to. So the question is what to do. Do I delete my channel? Do I make my videos private? Do I make it to where it's 18 and older? Or do I sit there and say, well, hey, it's in Yahoo's terms of service that you gotta be 13 in order to view the channel anyway? Well, see, that's the whole thing. Nobody seems to know what the best option is. So I guess it boils down to, do you want to be the one that takes the chance? Personally, I don't think I want to be the one that takes the chance. So I got to decide, what am I going to do about this? Am I going to not do nothing and hope for the best, or am I going to take some kind of action? Well, personally, I don't know. I mentioned it to the wife, last night, and she says, well, you can always delete the channel. I suppose I could, but I don't want to lose all that work. And then I thought to myself, well, I'll just make it to where, all my content's 18 and older. That'll definitely get rid of the whole kids thing right there. And people can still, see the stuff. They just have to log on to it saying they're 18. So to me, that's probably my best option, because I just get away from the whole kid thing altogether. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just change to that. Which I haven't done yet, but I will. I really don't know what else to say about it. It's a bad situation. It looks like there's going to be a lot of monetized channels who are going to end up losing revenue over it. And again, it just really basically looks like it's just boiling down to these cookies. So my channel's not monetized, okay? I don't really think that, it's really going to hit me as hard as somebody who is monetized. And the reason I say that is because you got kids coming to your channel. You got sponsors on that channel that want kids to click on stuff, or just people altogether want to click on stuff, and who knows where they're going. So you very well could get a kid come to your channel who is, just wanting to do a kid thing. All of a sudden, one of those sponsors throws up an ad for something that's not, kid appropriate, and next thing you know, you're getting fined 42 grand. So, other YouTubers have said they look at your analytics and see what your audience is. And I'm sure your audience, for 13 and under is probably extremely low. It more than likely is. You probably don't even have nothing to worry about. However, what if you do get a 13-year-old and under who comes to your channel? You're monetized. They come to your channel, they look at a train. Or they come to your channel and they look at, watch you rebuild a car that's sitting out in the garage. And because you have an animal who just happens to walk through the frame like a dog, all of a sudden that's kid appropriate because it's got an animal in there. And then your sponsor sends you somewhere that's not kid appropriate, and all of a sudden, boom, you get hit for the fine. So I'm kind of wondering if it's more going to be an issue for monetized channels compared to non-monetized channels. And I'm starting to think that it's going to be a bigger issue for monetized channels than anybody. I could be wrong, but that's where I'm kind of going with this. So, like I said, they're already, putting things in play with the whole kid thing that's going to take money away from monetized channels anyway. So maybe that's what the whole situation is. Maybe they're just trying, to make it to where people can't make money off YouTube like they were able to, before. Maybe maybe they're using this as their crutch to, cut back, take back, money that's been paid out. Who knows? I don't know. Point is, I'm just going to change mine to where if you ain't 18 years old, you can't view it. I'm just going to do that and be done with it. Guys, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do. Whether it's do the same thing or ride it out or what. But you better do something. Don't be that guy who gets that $42,000 fine. Alright? That's all I got to say on it. Y'all have a great day. Remember, it's not a mountain if you don't climb it.